This
Well, the time is just gone 17 minutes past 4 is we kick off this afternoon taking a look ahead at the day of Eid, and Allah knows best. The moon sighted today, and that will signal the end of the month of Ramadan and herald in the month of Shawwal in Eid al-Fitr tomorrow. And many communities are actually gearing up. Many families are gearing up for Eid, getting ready. And we know what takes place in our very own homes, where we get together and the families come together and to spend the day of Eid. But also, one needs to consider that there are many people who don't have anybody, who don't have families, or who are reverts who have come into the fold of Islam, where some of the families are not Muslims, some are Muslims. And at the end of the day, these are people that also want to have that sense of togetherness, that sense of being part and parcel of a family, of a community. And this is the reason, like we've seen in the month of Ramadan, where we've seen a mass iftars taking place. And this is for the very reason where people cannot afford to have an iftar, or they cannot enjoy a good iftar with family in their homes for whatever reason. And this is where the mass Eid concept has come in, and it needs to be encouraged. In last year, I recall Salam Media covering this and supporting this initiative. This is what we are talking about, a community mass Eid 2023 at the Replay Zoo Farm. And the theme is to bring and share, because this is exactly what it is. It is in the spirit of giving. And Alhamdulillah, this event is taking place on the day of Eid, depending on the Hilal sighting, either tomorrow or on Sunday from 10 o'clock right until 5 p.m. and until 2 p.m. there is a free entrance free until 2 p.m. and this is a private venue, and so they do charge, I know, normally for entrance, but until 2 p.m. Yes, entrance is going to be free. And we're going across to one of the people that is involved in this entire initiative, Sister Fazila Chiwele. Sister Fazila, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome, and we trust and hope that, yes, the last moments of this month of Ramadan, you're still enjoying its blessings.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you for having
Yes.
me. So, alhamdulillah.
Well, Jazakallah khairan to you as well, and obviously looking ahead at the day of Eid. And I think last year there was quite a wonderful event that Salam Media had basically covered with regard to the Eid lunch. I know it's called a community Eid lunch celebration. And yes, the day of Eid is a day that we need to celebrate. And the key issue is, as a Muslim Ummah, we are one body, and there are many on this day of Eid that are lonely, that don't have family, that want to be part and parcel of a community and a family to spend this day of Eid. And I'm sure that this initiative is all about bringing a community together to just come enjoy and celebrate this wonderful day.
Exactly. Yeah, 100% right. Eid is the final celebration after Ramadan, that we actually go out as Muslims and gather and have fun. So being part and parcel of this kind of mass lunch, mass Eid collaboration is indeed the main reason that we organize such, is to accommodate people that are reverts from families who are not Muslims, and some are lonely, some are trying to find a place where they can actually go out and share. So yes, indeed, sharing and being part of the whole one body, one ummah, is the main goal, the main reason. And of course, just celebrating and having fun, especially with the kids as well. Going to dress the kids, the orphanages, and at large, that's also our focus, to bring them, happy faces, smiling, gifts, and all that. I think it is a day that we just want to have fun in the spirit of giving and sharing.
Well, certainly, and also, I'm just looking at all. In fact, I'm looking at the visuals of last year's events, and I know I covered this last year as well. And what a wonderful event! Very colorful, all the outfits and all the Eid regalia, for want of a better term. But also at the same time, just to look at the communities coming together, and I'm looking at all the organizations that are supporting this initiative, or it's in collaboration with organizations like Muslimat on Call, Al Tawun Fi Al Atfal, Baitul Salam, Mini Miracles, Poortjie Islamic Center, Smart Kids, the Sistership, Watful Outreach International, Al Fatiha Charity Foundation, Rescue 786, and obviously Salam Media being a media partner, Alhamdulillah, once again at this wonderful event. And I know we got feedback last year in terms of how the event had actually went. And really, it was just a wonderful, wonderful event. And, you speak about gifts. And now these are so important, and especially for children, they look forward to gifts. And this is what you are doing. You're encouraging people to bring along a gift for any person, for a secret Eid gift swap, and all of this actually just adds to the ambience. It adds to the fun, and it also adds to the auspiciousness of this wonderful day, Sister Fazila.
Exactly. Exactly. Indeed, last year was also a very, successful one. And the aim of the mass community Eid is to make it an annual thing. Because last year we were driven with the excitement we brought to many people's, lives and children as well. So this year we are also hoping to have another successful one, inshallah. And in terms of gifts and, the secret gift, of course, indeed, you're right. Kids, are expecting to get, those little, whatever, how big, how small they're hoping that tomorrow is going to be a day where they, will have fun. And yeah. So, inshallah, we're also hoping for another successful event, inshallah.
Inshallah. Now I see. Obviously, the one of the themes is to bring and share.
Yes.
And this is also important. And looking at just how the logistics, how is all this going to play out? Because I see that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. Saying the first 200 people obviously will be allowed in free as well. There is a
Yes.
fee as well, because these venues are private venues and they do charge a fee. So just take us through some of the logistics and how this is actually all going to work out, Sister Fazila.
Okay. So I'd like to clear this up, inshallah, in relation to the venue, right? So we have two venues that we actually contracted. The one was the Reach Play, it's the Zoo Farm, and that's the private venue. It's like 40 rands entrance at the gate, and the first 200 people will be free. And then we have another venue that we're actually working on, which is going to be the Emerentia Botanical Garden, and that's for free. So right now we're working on which one's going to work best, because we have a lot of RSVPs, but also we're looking at the number of people, because we have 600 plus people that are coming from the Greater Johannesburg, including the Hammanskraal in Pretoria. So by tonight, inshallah, before 5 o'clock, we should confirm the venue that will be suitable. But we're hoping that the Emerentia Botanical Garden will be the one that's going to be suitable in terms of payment and logistics, inshallah.
Well, inshallah, in fact, I'm glad that you obviously clarified that, and we certainly, we will obviously get information, and I'm sure this information will be filtered through to people
Yes.
wanting to attend. And let's just talk about other things like the food. And I see that you are encouraging people to bring along things like camp chairs and picnic baskets and musallas and everything else, just to have this fun. How is all that going to work out, Sister Fazila?
food is never enough on Eid. We just want to eat it, eat it, eat. So that's why we encourage it as we bring and share. Because, we have so many recipes that we want to try. So it's going to be definitely lovely if people, can also bring whatever they can bring. Like I said, the spirit of giving and sharing. Alhamdulillah, we open to people who also want to contribute in terms of food. So food will be provided, inshallah, because we did have, a chance to go out and organize the basics in terms of your main meal, your drinks. But it's still open. We're still accepting, charity in terms of cool drinks and, desserts, cakes, whatsoever, to make it a day that people will just enjoy, inshallah. And as well as if people are open to also sponsor financially, we're also accepting that, inshallah. But yes, to cover it all, there will be food that's going to be provided for everybody, inshallah.
Well, inshallah, like you mentioned, there's so much barakah in the on this day of Eid, and there's never ever a shortage of food, alhamdulillah. And again, I'm just looking at the visuals that are appearing on the screen as we are talking. I'm looking at these children, these wonderful, these beautiful, these innocent children, but full of joy, full of happiness. And inshallah, that will always be in the spirit of Eid, because it is a joyous occasion, it is a day of celebration, and it is a well-deserved day of celebration after a long month of Ramadan of sacrifice. And this is a reward that we are getting from our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm sure Sister Fazila, it's going to be once again a wonderful day, and I'm sure Salam Media will be there all the way again, as we have done last year, to provide the necessary coverage as well, and also to bring all of this to our listeners and our viewers. So, Sister Fazila, we wish you well, inshallah. We're looking forward to obviously getting finality on the venue, whether it's going to be in Amarensha or it's going to be at the Red Place Zoo Farm. So we'll know all of that, inshallah, later this afternoon. But for now, we say Jazakallah to you, to your team, to all the organizations who have lent their support, who have collaborated with this initiative. And I'm sure it's going to be an extremely wonderful day for each and every one. And from ourselves here, Salam Media, and to all of you, we wish you, inshallah, a joyous Eid, inshallah, Eid Mubarak to all of you, and also acceptance for this month of Ramadan in every way whatsoever: the fasting, the salah, the tarawih, the recitation of the Quran, all the good, the charity, whatever. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and everybody else, Sister Fazila.
Jazakallah for having me on the show, and Jazakallah for all your du'as and support. Indeed, we are looking forward for another successful event, inshallah. Thank you so much to the listeners at home, and we're hoping that tomorrow, inshallah, we celebrate this beautiful day that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has granted for.
Ameen, ameen, ameen. Summa ameen to that, Sister Fazila. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Fazila Chiwele joining us and providing us with the update on this mass Eid lunch. And really, if I go by last year's event and the feedback we received, it was it was a wonderful event. And this is exactly what it's about. It's in the spirit of the Eid. And for many of us who have grown up into these traditional communities, we know the Eid spirit as far as family, as far as friends, as far as our communities are concerned. But there are many, many people that don't have that sense of community, that live far apart from each other, that live in isolated areas. And this is one opportunity that they get, that they come together and enjoy this special day of Eid, inshallah. And we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a huge success, and Allah make it easy. The time is just gone 4:32. We're going to go for a break, and we're going to go for the Asr Salah. And after the Asr Salah, we will continue with the show from now right until around 10 minutes to 6, which will signal the end of the 29th of Ramadan. Thereafter, the skies will be scanned for the sighting of the moon for Eid al-Fitr, the moon for the month of Shawwal.
Firstly, following the first resolution that was voted upon on Ukraine in the United Nations General Assembly, the United States House of Representatives crafted a piece of legislation which is titled Malign Activities of Russia Act, Malign Activities of Russia in Africa Act. This legislation seeks to impose proposed punishment on African countries that allow what are called malign activities of Russia on their soil. We are opposed to such legislation and are appalled that the United States drafted such legislation in the House of Representatives. And we understand it's a bipartisan proposed bill. We did approach the US concerning the bill, both as South Africa, but also SADC, as well as the African Union. And to our surprise, they then amended the title of the bill to say malign Russian activities in the globe or in the world bill. So they continue with this proposed legislation. So that's the first, that we wish our envoys to engage leaders in the United States on. The second matter is following the third resolution on which we abstained in the United Nations, in the General Assembly. We've abstained on all the resolutions because none of them referred to peace and to a search for peace through diplomacy. So we have not supported them. We abstained on each of the three. After the third one, again, House of Representatives leaders proposed a resolution against South Africa, which proposes that President Biden must investigate a reduction of the current relationship between South Africa and the United States of America. It is on those two matters that the envoys that will be deployed by President Ramaphosa intend to engage stakeholders on in the United States of America. We are not going to engage them on the ICC. They are not members. They are not state parties to the treaty. They've always been very negative about the ICC.
Share the love this to the Eid Dream campaign with Penny Appeal South Africa. Join us.